Okay, so my name is Dee Azura. I'm here with my mother. Say hey.
Hey,
And our last name is Churchill. That's why I named the channel that. So we're back with another video today. So over the weekend, we went back to our hometown to visit some family, which happens to be Coffee County. And while we were there, we found out, there were three people that had to turn themselves in Fulton County for breaching the voting machines after the 2020 election. This was in January 2021. So when I saw that, I was like, that's interesting. Um, we actually voted in Coffee County in 2020 election. So some of my stuff was breached, I guess. My data was breached, and my mama's
hmm
was too.
yeah,
So first, I have a video here. Apparently, this video is what caught the attention of Trump and his team.
scan them. So I would hit scan. It's going to feed these ballots through the scanner. Somebody's didn't go through. Well, when you look at it, it's tore, so we're going to set it to the side because we're going to have to look at it with a review panel. Okay? So now in the ICC system, I'm going to tell it whether I want to discard the whole batch or I want to accept the batch. So I don't see anything wrong with what went through, so I'm automatically going to accept it. All right? So it just told me that I have scanned a total of 16 ballots, but there's really 14 because I did two before y'all all got in here to play with it. Okay, so now I'm going over to the RTR system to see if I can find my ballots. Well, here are the ballots that just come through for batch number 3. It's telling me that they're in adjudication. Adjudication is where I can go. There's my ballots for batch 3. Let me make sure that's them. So I'm gonna tell it to refresh because it should be a fourth ballot. I mean, fourth batch, not third batch. So it takes it a few minutes to get over here. There it is. Okay, so now it should be in adjudication. There's my fourth batch. For some reason, every one of those, it sent them through. Every one of those. So, did anybody overvote their ballot? Nope. Nobody overvoted?
I did.
You did not?
Did not.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to overvote. And why not? Let's just do, a star.
And overvote. What do you mean by overvote?
Overvote is when if there is
You vote for multiple parties.
multiple people in a section where it says only vote for one.
Okay.
So now this is a new batch of ballots that's come in. We're going to scan them again. We're going to scan the second batch.
So you're scanning the same ballots twice. It's already been scanned once.
I've already scanned them once.
Yeah, so you're scanning the same ballots.
Same ballots twice.
So it'll scan the same ballots two
Twice.
times. Okay.
And I went and remarked them. Here they go.
I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm wondering, did she just color on somebody's ballot and run it through again? When was this?
I hope. I'm assuming. I don't know. I hope it was before all this stuff started.
Yeah, that's all we can do is hope she didn't actually count that ballot twice. So I'm just kind of lost as to when was this video taken while she's marking ballots and running them through again, and was that counted? Maybe not, but I can't say for sure.
It just accepted every one of them went through the system. So I'm gonna say, okay, yeah, I want to accept them. It doesn't show me that anything really went wrong with it. So now we're gonna go back over to RTR and let's see and wait on them to come through. Because normally I don't do the adjudication until all ballots have been ran. Mm-hmm. So it's already sitting there for me.
So you should have 5 batches of ballots.
Right. When these uploads, I will have 5. There it is, the 5th batch.
Okay.
It's pending adjudication.
Sure.
So that means there's something that needed to go to adjudication.
Uh-huh.
So now I'm gonna go to adjudication. There's my, I hadn't pulled over. There's my batch. I want to adjudicate it right here. This is one that I did right before y'all got here. So we're going to go and say we're going to complete this one just like it is. But if you look, here's a vote that is double voted. It's overvoted. I don't know if when I hit complete, is it going to accept a vote for both candidates? Or is it, since there's a red box around it, is it going to reject it altogether? I don't know. So I'm going to say it's complete. I could also say hide the box. The box went away. There's a check mark. Did it accept the check mark? I don't know. But I'm going to say nothing needs to be changed. Okay?
Does it tell you what it does after you
No, sir.
complete?
No, sir. I'm going to say, I want to take it. No, wait just a minute. I want to go and I think I want to vote for Jason Shaw. They didn't vote that ballot a while ago. There wasn't nothing there. I think we need to vote for him. And I'm going to complete it. Confirm ballot saved, move to next ballot. Okay. So it pulls up the next ballot that needs to be adjudicated.
So you made a vote for someone where someone did not vote,
I did, didn't I?
and you're the election supervisor?
I'm the election supervisor. I am the person that sits and does the adjudication. Yes, sir.
Go back to the Trump and Biden race and decide, since both are marked, you just count one of them and not pick the other. Can you
Let's
decide?
see. Yep, sure can. I think I want to vote for Biden. Let's let Biden win this one.
She would pick Biden, not Trump. That's why he in trouble now.
Mm-hmm.
What you put supersedes whatever.
Uh-huh.
So you,
But I decided this Al, he don't deserve no votes. Let's not let nobody vote for that. And complete. Okay. Well, here's another one.
That's what we got from our discussion the other day.
I don't think any votes need to vote on this ballot. I think this really needs to be just a blank ballot. Complete.
all right, board, I want y'all to step outside.
So I'm reading this article. The tale of breached voting equipment in one of the country's most important political battleground states involves a bail bondsman, a prominent attorney tied to former President Donald Trump's attempt to overturn the 2020 presidential election, and a cast of characters from a rural county that really draws notice from outsiders. Okay, so you saw the video that she just did. This is what supposedly attracted the attention of the Trump team. Okay, this is how they all came together and what it could mean for security of voting in the upcoming midterm elections. Our questions tangled up in a lawsuit and state investigations that have prompted calls to ditch the machines altogether. Details of unauthorized access of sensitive voting equipment in Coffee County, Georgia, became public last month when documents and emails revealed the involvement of high-profile Trump supporters. That's also when they caught the attention of an Atlanta-based prosecutor who was leading a separate investigation of Trump's efforts to undo his loss in the state. Okay. Since then, revelations about what happened in the county of 43,000 people have raised about whether Dominion voting systems machines used in Georgia have been compromised. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. Okay. The public disclosure of the breach began with a rambling phone call from an Atlanta area bail bondsman to the head of election security advocacy group involved in a long-running lawsuit targeting the state's voting machines. According to a recording filed in court earlier this year, the bail bondsman said he chartered a jet and was with a computer forensics team at the Coffee County Elections Office when they imaged every hard drive of every piece of equipment. It's the way we voted, so our stuff was in there too.
Mhm.
But what they're gonna do with it, how they're gonna use it, I don't know. That's weird to me. Happened January 7, 2021, a day after the violent insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, and 2 days after a runoff election in which Democrats swept both of Georgia's U.S. Senate seats. Yeah, so they was upset about that too. The trip to Coffee County, about 200 miles south of Atlanta, to copy data and software from elections equipment, was directed by attorney Sidney Powell and other Trump allies, according to the deposition. Okay. Later that month, security camera footage shows two men who have participated in efforts to question the results of the 2020 election in several states spent days going in and out of the Coffee County elections office. The footage also shows local election and Republican Party officials welcoming the visitors and allowing them to access the equipment. The video seems to contradict statements some of the officials made about their apparent involvement. So they got caught on video and lied about it. It's not what innocent people do. The new information has made Coffee County, where Trump won nearly 70% of the vote 2 years ago, a focal point of concerns over the security of voting machines. There is no evidence of widespread problems with voting equipment in 2020. Some Trump supporters have spread false information about machines in the election outcome. Election security experts and activists fear state election officials haven't acted fast enough in the face of what they see as a real threat. The copy of the software and its availability for download means potential bad actors could build exact copies of the Dominion system to test different types of attacks. Ooh, said University of California, Berkeley computer scientist Philip Stark, an expert witness for the plaintiffs in a voting machines lawsuit. They said it's like bank robbers having an exact replica of the vault they're trying to break into. So was they just, I don't know, were they planning something with the voting machines, or were they just too stupid to realize how dangerous it was to let them in there to examine the machines?
It's too stupid to realize it.
Yeah, come copy this voting software, and everybody's there.
Marilyn Marks, executive director of the Coalition of Good Governance, the group that sued over the state's voting machines, said the state has been slow to investigate. She was on the receiving end of the phone call from the bail bondsman. The state, she said, has been repeatedly looking the other way when faced with flashing red lights of serious voting system security problems. State officials say they're confident the election system is safe. All Coffee County election equipment that wasn't already replaced will be swapped out before early voting begins next month, the Secretary of State's office said Friday.
I'll move on to this one. Okay. So that first one was, so she did something weird with the voting equipment, with the system. Why was she in there playing with it in the first place?
I don't know, but she been changing stuff.
Marking and running ballots.
They could have been doing that for long. She just finally got caught.
But why video it?
She's in her little small pea brain mind. She was thinking that she was going to show how, hey, something could possibly happen, and somebody could falsely. I'm trying to not say the word. Somebody could falsify some election ballots, change election ballots in one of the president's favor.
So in a county where Trump won by a landslide, aka Crooked Coffee, all of a sudden you happen to realize that the ballots could be changed by the supervisor. I don't know, this whole thing is suspicious. What you in there changing them for and clicking stuff and calling people to investigate?
That she been doing.
Mm-hmm. Did he really win coffee? Now you gotta look at that. Okay.
I don't think it really, not 70%. I think some stuff was changed.
Yeah, a lot of stuff was changed. She showed us how she changed it.
I mean, a lot of people didn't vote. I know plenty of people that didn't vote.
Mm-hmm.
70% that just seemed like on his lie. And they really don't matter because he still lost the whole state of Georgia. Why focus on one little county that he won and not, the counties that he didn't win?
She told on herself.
They probably were like, get out of here.
You know what they say, hit dog will holler. You was worried about some fraud and you told on yourself. So I feel like she had to be in there changing stuff way before the 2020 election.
Just looking for ways to.
How far does it go back? Did Hillary win the state of Georgia, or the Coffee County, over Trump in the first place?
I believe so.
Yeah, the three perpetrators, you had Misty Hampton, Scott Hall, and Kathy Latham. So I went and looked that up. I was like, not the teacher from high school, Kathy Latham, not from Coffee High School. So I went and looked it up. Yeah, it's her, a teacher from my high school. She wasn't my teacher, but she was there when I was in high school. And I believe she might have been there when you was in high school, when my mama was in high school.
I'm not sure.
She old as dirt if you look at the picture. And I believe you, when you one of the first graduating classes at Coffee High.
At the new Coffee High.
Yeah, and she's been there as long as that high school has been open. So, you don't remember her?
Unless she was much younger or something.
Of course, 30 years ago almost.
Well, yeah, she had to be much younger.
Because she was there when I was in high school, and potentially there when my mom was in high school. That's insane.
I was wondering if she had like a different last name or something. I had to go in my yearbook.
Yeah.
I did.
And you actually found Misty Hampton in the yearbook.
I did.
Okay, so were y'all in the same graduating class, or was she older or younger?
She may be a year older, but I don't know if we were in the same graduating class.
Oh.
I can have to look at that.
Okay. So yeah, it's a very small town. You know, a lot of people run into each other a lot. Well, I'm looking here, and it says she's facing 11 charges. I wonder how that is. And I'm going to read through this. Okay. So I'm reading that the other two people that had to turn themselves in had a $10,000 bond. She ended up with a $75,000 bond, so she really messed up. And it says she's facing 11 charges right here. Okay, 16 individuals who have come to be known as fake electors were initially investigated by Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis. One of those fake electors was Latham. Okay, Latham and the other fake electors met in the Georgia Capitol on December 14th, 2020, to cast the state's electoral votes for Trump, even though Biden had already won the state by almost 12,000 votes. According to senior legal affairs reporter Kyle Cheney for Politico, he sent Latham an email on November 12th, 2020 about state electors and the election. She refused to respond to him. It goes, says, "Hi, Kathy. I hope you're well. I'm writing about calls from some of President Donald Trump's allies to encourage Republican legislators like Georgia's to appoint the Trump elector slate instead of Biden, citing allegations of fraud and corruption." I bet it was. I'm curious if you would favor this approach and if you would cast your electoral vote for President Trump if asked by the state legislator. Do you believe the election was stolen in Georgia? And have you seen evidence that would suggest the state's electors should go for Trump rather than Joe Biden? And she responded, "Bah ha 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 ha. You think I'm going to respond to you? You don't know Georgia law. Read the Constitution." She think you should have read it, Kathy. In January 2021, Latham is accused of allowing unauthorized forensics.
Oh Lord, really? Bah.
Latham is accused of allowing unauthorized forensic experts from Sullivan Strickland to examine voter systems within Coffee County for an extended period. It's believed that those experts illegally downloaded data from the Dominion voting machines on behalf of Trump. As Latham and others watched, she even took a selfie with one of the experts. She's just gonna create evidence. They said this camera ain't close enough. Let's get an HD. That camera's over 720p. Let's get an HD 4K picture of us together doing illegal stuff.
That's the thing. No, the emails weren't enough evidence. The videos footage wasn't enough evidence. No, she had to get photos, selfies.
The phone call wasn't enough apparently. Who recorded the phone call?
But them selfies, boy, that just took it.
Y'all like evidence, don't it?
And the thing is, she lied at first and said she was not involved in the breach. But who they saw in the video when they looked at it? Da 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 da.
Kathy.
Bah.
Okay, and here are the charges: violation of the Georgia RICO Act, impersonating a public officer. So that's the point I was wondering about. Okay, so what's the details behind that? How did she pass herself off as an electoral voter when she wasn't?
Who let her do that?
I don't know.
Why everybody say, "Kathy, go home, girl"?
They ain't check no IDs. They ain't asked for a permit. Okay. And then you have forgery in the first degree, false statements and writings, criminal attempt to commit filing false documents, conspiracy to counsel conspiracy, conspiracy to commit computer theft, conspiracy to commit computer trespass, conspiracy to commit computer invasion of privacy, conspiracy to defraud the state. Latham, who taught economics at Coffee High School, reportedly moved to Texas after the trouble in Coffee County. All the defendants have been ordered to turn themselves in by noon of August 25th. So we just happened to go back on the 24th. The 25th was the day they had to turn themselves in. So I think
We was in Coffee County chilling, and they was in, but Cobb County was Fulton County. Fulton County.
Yeah, and we in Gwinnett, so we're from Gwinnett to Coffee. It'd be fun if we passed them on the way, passed them on the road. No, we went from Gwinnett to Lowndes, from Lowndes to Coffee.
That could explain why there was so many police on the road.
Yeah, we stopped everybody. Yeah, them boys was out that day. But yeah.
So that makes me think: how long has this teacher been prejudiced and had stuff, able to do stuff like this?
See, when we tried to tell y'all that was the issue at Coffee High School, anybody want to listen? Not to find out these people out here lying and cheating in elections. How you know they've been cheating grades and lying on students? Well, they have actually. I know they have. This is Coffee County. This is what they do.
Yeah, I know they have too.
Right. They change stuff when they get ready.
Man, they got legal teachers.
I seen it. They change grades. They change records when they get ready to.
I must forgot. I have been out there to Coffee High.
Mm-hmm. So for anybody who's from Coffee High, this is just more of the same.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, the only thing I'm surprised is who won Coffee County. So I turn around and expose yourself like this.
And I want to know how much private information did they actually get?
Mm-hmm. Because I had to give them my license in order to, I had to put my license in the machine and gave me a voter card.
Mm-hmm.
I put the voter card in the voting machine and then voted. So all my license information was in there. And yours too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got up out of there. Hey, that's how it is around there. I've been telling all my family, get away from Coffee County. They hard headed.
That's what the citizens of Coffee County should be concerned about. That data breach and their privacy. That's what they need to be worried about.
Mm-hmm.
A violation of privacy.
None of this is new in Coffee County. They change what they wanted to change when they get ready to change it. They can change the rules, change whatever. And, they just sweep it under the rug. If you see something wrong, you say something, you become the problem. It's just one of those things that they can't sweep under the rug and that they can't get away with.
Yeah, because it's still made it up so high. Past Coffee County, pretty much. And another thing, I think, with that, they were just so excited. What's the little girl name? Misty. I think she was just so excited that, oh my gosh, somebody like close to Trump recognized me and saw me in the video and recognized me. And so when they came to Douglas, she was like, just, yeah, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Hey, just pretty much trying to be a pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
People pleaser.
Yeah. And then they left a trail of evidence because they used to doing it and not getting caught.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a strong belief that she was back there changing votes because that's what they do. And like I said, I've known them to do things like that.
Yeah, I need to check Misty. And which is a way we can go back and see our vote forms and make sure it's like we put them on there. Make sure they change. Or they put it in file 19, which is a trash can.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see where this case ends up going. Will this make a change in Coffee County? I don't know. Crooked Coffee, it's your turn. You've been exposed. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Anything you want to add?
No, I'm just glad they finally investigating. Need to investigate a lot of stuff, I'm just saying. A lot of people. But I'm finally glad that something is being investigated.
Right. We could go real into detail. We just don't want to throw everybody out there like that.
Yeah, the only reason I think something will be done about this is because it's no longer on the local level now. It's on, let's say, federal level now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason I feel like some consequences will be, people will be held accountable.
You got to go outside of Coffee County if you don't need accountability to be here.
Yep.
Not everybody is like that, I want to say. It's some cool people. But as far as the local backwoods government, yeah, hillbillies and rednecks in charge. Yeah, they've been running them up for a long time. Yeah. That's it. We out for real this time.